Hi, good evening and welcome to the Gist here on the JoyNews channel. My name is MzGee and today we are going to tell you about some activities that happened over the previous weekend. Amazingly, we had two great shows on Saturday. We had the Rain concert, which is the launch of the Wonder Boy album by Shatta, and then we had Back to Taifa concert as part of a preparation for us to have the Paimuka 20. Obrafour decided to go back to his neighborhood or his hood where he grew up, where it all started. That's Taifa. Two successful shows. Artists who showed up at Taifa showed up at the Rain concert. Is this something that we should be excited about? But there's still conversation about security when it comes to our concert here in Ghana. How seriously are we taking these issues? There's been issues about bottle throwing. I saw Lewin get hurt at Taifa. There have been concerns raised by a lot of the people who are patrons and sometimes people who are, stakeholders of the industry. Then also, we'll move on to look at a conversation that I think that I want to start because I had an interview that my colleague KMJ had with RMD. And in that conversation, he talked about how Sarkodie is his favorite rapper. Then towards the latter part of the conversation, he talked about how every Nigerian is now interested in including Odo in their songs just to cross over to this market. Apart from that, I'm sure that you've taken note that it's not just the Odo thing. They're using a lot of Ghanaian words in their songs. There's Shito, there's Banku in their songs. And I'm wondering, a lot of us are trying to sing like Nigerians. I met a young artist who told me that he's singing this way to penetrate the Nigerian market. So is it that we are losing the fact of what we have? Are we losing what we have? Or we are copying blindly when they are also trying to get what we have? What could we benefit if we decide to, also take from them? Are we benefiting or they're benefiting more? We get to have that conversation. And our lighten is that if time permits us, we'll talk about Sarkodie's request that Manifest joins him on a song. I haven't seen a response yet. Maybe I'm late in the day, but these are some of the things that we'll be looking at here on The Gist. I have just a guest. I pray that we do wonders. Ola Michael is my guest. He's enough. He's large and in charge. He is a member of FIPAG, is the Film Producers Association of Ghana. He's an entertainment pundit as well, so he's familiar with the issues as well. So we get to do this together. The major stakeholder, actually, when it comes to movies. Ola, you're welcome.
Thank you. One, they said now I'm the communication, whatever.
You don't know your position?
Hold on. PRO for Ghana DJ Awards.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's a public relations officer for Ghana DJ Awards, which comes up on the 2nd of November. And which one again?
AICC. And then two artist manager for Jojo Addison and Too Close.
Okay.
And three, I'm a talent manager for Sugar TT, Nafisa, Sally. These are all actors.
Wow.
But I prefer the ladies though. You
prefer the ladies? Yeah. I was going to say Sugar TT, the way that your Sugar TT, are you sure you can manage her?
Oh, I'm managing her very well.
Yeah. So you're part of the reason she's exposing?
Yeah, I mean, what is wrong with that?
I'm just asking. I didn't say there was anything wrong. I said you're part of the reason.
I'm not part of the reason, but that is how I met her.
Oh, you met her?
Yeah.
So you haven't...
That's how I found her. And change is gradual. I mean, in sociology, they teach us that if you want to change somebody, it shouldn't be abrupt. It should be something that takes time, gradually. And she wants to change. She's probably going to be a pastor's wife soon. Oh, you laughed, meaning you don't believe it.
This is show business, you know.
No, she is.
Anything for the show.
No, take it from me. As a manager, I know what I'm talking about.
Now she's going to be a pastor's wife soon.
Yeah.
Like, she's found a pastor already.
She's going to be a pastor's wife soon. No, the things you see her do, like you rightly said, show business. But that's not her.
I see.
She doesn't even go out. She doesn't know how to go out in the night.
Okay, so when she decides to go out there, she has to expose...
She doesn't even expose herself.
Oh, no, I've not Sugar TT.
I have to sign before she does it.
Oh, ever since? How long have you been managing her?
Oh, we've been like almost 6 months now.
6 months? I spoke to her recently at the baby mama.
Baby mama, yeah.
She was almost naked.
Yeah, because I had to... When she wants to go out, she asked me, this is what I want to wear. Is it okay? said, no, this is too long. Can you open up a little bit?
So you're the one destroying the girl.
I'm not destroying her.
What
I'm giving her brand position.
So her brand, what's her brand? Her
brand is I was going to say it though, but let me just give it initials.
Her brand is a nude brand.
It's WDF. Think around it. WDF. We don't give a...
As far as we care. So until she becomes a pastor's wife, we wish her well. Anyway, you're welcome once more.
Thank you.
And so, which of these shows were you able to attend?
I went for Pamuka at Taifa, and I couldn't make it to.
You couldn't make it to
the other one because I actually wanted to support Obrafour's own more because I was at Rain concert last year, so I thought I don't need to be there. But I was just watching it on Facebook. Some people were doing live streaming and stuff like that. But the reason why I chose Obrafour's own was because, you know, the Taifa people were not too happy with him even before the concert.
Yeah, we had a lot about
so that. They were more or less like Sakude will always be singing and tell my boys, tell my boys, tell my boys. But Obrafour, of all the songs he's done, he never mentioned Taifa.
Oh, I hear he did one. Said Adam tried to sing that one.
That was their position.
Okay.
So it had to take some of us to explain to them that look, there's a song that he actually mentioned where he came from, but that notwithstanding, this is the moment he wants to pay back. And we are not even taking, you are not paying, it's free show. Isn't that enough? Like Sakuda is going to do same in Tema Music Festival. He's the one just organizing this whole thing, free show. So at a point in time, people come back to where they were, where they started from and decide that we want to give back. We should appreciate that rather than fighting him, discouraging him. So they understood. And then the show came
They showed up in their numbers, actually. You know, it was massive.
Yeah. I didn't get a place to stand, so I had to leave later.
Oh, you don't
I was in the midst of the crowd. I just wanted to listen to the vibe of the people. Like, okay, so they like it, yeah. And when any artists come up, I just want to listen to the gossip, the things they say. I prefer that one to being part of the main show and not seeing what.
So what are some of the things that they said? What did you hear?
Oh, they actually enjoyed him when he came. Hey, Brian, this is what one boy said. Hey, when you know Bastard, that's what you understand? And when he started his songs, the other people were like, yeah, your time to buy, your time. You know, like they were like arguing who is older and stuff like that. But they were singing along. It was beautiful. And I think that most of the artists, when they get to that prime, they should pay back. It helps. It actually strengthens that your fan base. I mean, from the home. You know, I've always told people that as an artist, your first fan base is your family. The second is your community. And the third is the large picture that you see. I see.
What do you make of the number of artists that showed up to support or perform?
It showed a lot of love because at this same night, you know, we were having the Rain concert. So when Ashes in the Race were putting all this whole thing together, I was worried about having these two big shows in the same night. So I thought that they were not going to show up. But everybody that came, you could see from the performances that, okay, these are people who are coming wholeheartedly to support a legend. And that was beautiful. And I was surprised, though. I thought they couldn't come up because I was expecting them to be at the Rain concert. Not there. Because nobody got paid.
That's true.
Nobody got paid. Nobody. Not even a coin. Not even transportation. Sometimes when an artist tells you, oh, it's a free show, we are not paying anybody, most of the time we pay transportation. But this time, no.
Nobody got paid.
They came there out of love.
And like you said, they came there out of love. I saw a lot of them, especially rappers. You know, I saw Obibini, Edem, T-Flow, Guru, Lowin. You know, name them, a lot of them.
Hold on. You shouldn't have mentioned that. Lowin is not a rapper.
Oh, he came to perform.
He's not a rapper.
He performed.
No,
okay, he's not a rapper. Yeah, okay, no, he's not a rapper. That's true. Lowin is not a rapper, but he's a performer.
Yeah, so
he
when
really
you say
got
a lot of rappers, I was thinking, Lowin, no, the one in America.
No. It's the Lowin, my bad. That one.
Singer.
Oh, Charlie, is that how you call him?
That's how I call him.
No, but the guy came to perform. He got the crowd loving him. And a lot of people showed up to support. I forgot to mention this rapper's name.
Kaboom
was there.
Kaboom is a crazy fan of Obrafour.
And Joe Fraser was there as well.
Right from Kumasi, Kaboom has always loved Obrafour.
I see.
If you listen to the way Kaboom raps, you might think he got training from Obrafour.
It looks like a lot of all the young guys, when you interact with them, they had great things to say, talk about how they grew up learning Obrafour's lines, almost all of them. Almost all of them. Exactly. Vinny said he remembers when he used to rap. And he tried to do the rap. I'm going to show you a bit of that. He tried rapping, you know, what he used to do with his friends. And one of the things that touched my heart was when T-Flow said his Jay-Z is on stage, you know, so he needed to come and support. But again, people also felt that a lot of the young ones didn't show up. Yeah. They were at the Rain concert, especially the very young ones, you know. Because
of the two concerts happening at the same time. You can't be too hard on them. And we couldn't have had so many people having the opportunity to perform. The Pamuka thing itself is going to come up. And I'm sure most of these things will be there. This is just, you know, more or less like community kind of work that happened. The real concert will come up. And we will have a lot of these people coming up. So let's not be too hard on them. Sometimes some of these young people, they actually would love to be there, but they don't get approached. And they can't come on their own.
Why can't they come on their own? I'm not sure all of the people that got there were approached.
Most of them were approached. Most of them also had the numbers of the right people to talk to. So, yeah, I hear Obrafour's concert, Taifa, Charlie, I won't come support. What's up? They say, oh, yeah, then come. Some people don't know who to call. You understand? So I told the manager that, look, for the main concert, I think we should make it a 2-day stuff. Yeah, not one night. Let's do it 2 nights. So we have the first night for the up-and-coming, those whose rap or music lifestyle have been affected by Obrafour. Let them do the first night. And then we come to the second night when the main, the A-list artists will now, you know, eulogize.
You think it's going to be possible because we have a date already, it's 9th November.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said the date is fixed. But he would have been a very beautiful thing, but the date is fixed. You know, you cannot go to a concert and leave there the following day at 8 a.m.
That's true.
But if all these people should come and pay their respect to Obrafour, we probably might end around 10 in the morning.
Why haven't we thought about this all this while? Because people think that they haven't celebrated Obrafour enough. As a country, as an industry, as, like we're saying, all these rappers are saying that we grew up listening to Obrafour. People think that, you know, as we haven't done enough for Obrafour.
You see, sometimes it's not about we doing it for the legend. It's about the legend and his team coming out with a plan and we supporting the plan. The origin of this whole concept of Pamuka 20, Obrafour has been saying it over and over that it was Yvonne Nelson who actually opined it. You understand? Mean that he himself didn't know what to do. And he's not the only person we have to eulogize. I mean, isn't there a certain Reggie Rockstone, a dance champion, and a rapper? We have a lot of people. So we've been telling the Creative Arts Council people that, look, these people need to have something that we will do for them. Let's have a certain Hall of Fame. Let's have a story about this. That was part of the reason Obrafour did a documentary. So you can keep it at a place where even 20 years later, young people will still go and watch and know, oh, we had a guy like this. Just like they do for Lucky Dube and Bob Marley. If you go to his country, there's a whole museum for him. We can do same. But obviously, we don't have money. See,
no, but if we are going to, for the names, if we pile them, we still can charge and then get it to happen? Is it that we lack ideas in that, or we are just about the show and the business aspect is what we keep losing out on?
We don't lack ideas because this very idea is a brilliant one. And it's been done across the world. But we don't have funds to push it.
So let's quickly look at what happened where the people praising Obrafour, all those who said they learned to rap from Obrafour, and then we are back to discuss the security issues at this concert. Remember, we haven't talked about the Rain concert yet, so we have a lot to still talk about, so please stay.
And then, you know, when it comes to music and especially hip life, you know, he has done so much for the industry and we need to be here to support him. He's a big man, legend himself, Obrafour, you know.
Because someone was saying dancehall and then hip life, yeah, okay.
When at the time Obrafour came out, we all used to learn his music. I bought Obrafour's cassette so many times, you know. Yeah, man, he's somebody we've been following. Even when I was around 1999, 2000, people in my area used to call me Obrafour.
I feel great, Charlie. Don't be easy. Because Obrafour has been an inspiration for all of us. You know, Charlie. Growing up, Charlie, you know what I mean. So, Charlie, today is a great day for us. I've always said that I'm a work in progress, but having the opportunity to be on a stage like this makes me feel I've gotten there. I've not really gotten that into the pinnacle, but I've gotten somewhere. So now we'll classify as class 6. Because this is a legend, you know. I think it's actually a dream come true. Because yeah, I remember back in the day, my primary days, I used to rap Obrafour songs to my mates. I even forget to go to break time. So yeah, and today I'm here sharing the stage with him. It's yeah, like I said, a dream come true.
This is my Jay-Z performance, so I definitely need to be a part of this. Big shout to everybody involved in this. Big shout to the man himself, Obrafour King. He's been a father to me. You know, even before I got to know him, he was a model, and I looked up to him. So Obrafour can call me today, tomorrow, every day, all day, catch up with themselves and then make it happen. So we came in support. I'm very happy that it's a history in the making, and I'm very happy to be part of this history. Obrafour, love you, and can you go higher? God bless you. Because Obrafour is a very talented lyricist. I mean, I respect him a lot. Yeah.
Obrafour has inspired a lot of us. He's the same reason probably a lot of people know about Taifa. You know, like he said, Ashimota to Taifa, Gota to Gota, everything to ice water. And he made it so epic a place that everybody wanted to visit. So I remember the first time I came to Taifa, I was like, oh, this is the place, this is the railway line he mentioned, and so he's a legend.
People have said that 20 years for Obrafour, this is not enough. The institutions that matter haven't recognized him and all that. I don't know, you belong to you used to be on the same level with him. You've seen the struggles, a bit of it. You think that we've done enough to celebrate him?
I don't think they'll ever do enough to celebrate anybody until they're dead. That is the Ghana mindset, and so we don't expect anything less. A typical Ghanaian will never be satisfied until you're dead.
I see, but he can never change? You don't think it's going to change even from your generation?
No, I mean, things change, times change people, but for now, that is the mindset we have, and it has been around from Kwame Nkrumah's time till now. So you can imagine, we don't celebrate Kwame Nkrumah like South Africans celebrate Mandela. We don't celebrate Rawlings like they do. We don't even celebrate Osibisa like other people celebrate Fela. So that mindset is there. So we don't love our own until they are dead and gone.
Without Obrafour, I don't think you will know Guru. And I respect him so much. He is my godfather in music, in rap music. He brought me into the limelight. We were doing our own thing, but we never had a spot till he came in. So Kasiabo was my major collaboration.
I see tears in your eyes.
Yeah, because without him, I wouldn't be here today, you know what I mean? You know, the whole hailing and all this love coming out from the fans is because of Obrafour gave that boy from Dada Kuma a step to step up. So to me, I love it. Thanks so much, Obrafour.
1, 2, 3.
You think that the message and the kind of lyric he had back then, and the influence that he had on us growing up then, we're having the same for the generation after us?
Nope. Our generation has changed. Our generation don't want to sit down and write music again. Our generation don't want to do anything special because the world has made it seem like we just need to do drugs and have fun.
The difference or the similarities in rap from back in the day now?
I think it is more advanced. Back then, you know, rap, you hear rap, and it's all about, you know, advising the youth. As a baby woman, they want to just talk about something. They want to address a particular issue. But, you know, I'm not saying our era it is bad. But, you know, we spice it up, you know what I mean? We talk about social, you know, things about women and everything. We make it a bit fun. The comic side of it, we add it to make it beautiful.
Remember, if you said, Argentina, party. Party. So this time around, a new era, feel good. Let's go.
If I ask you to tell me the difference, will you be able to tell the difference?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a big difference. I mean, it has of course changed. And I think both eras had their golden times, you get me, and their downsides. Because I feel back then, they were more lyrical. When you take Obrafour, Rockstone, Kenya, but these days, because of the trap, people are more into the beats, the rhythm, the sound, the groove. But it's all good. I mean, since money is coming into the game, we're happy.
Are we concerned about just the money, or we are concerned also about the legacy we are leaving for the ones after us?
Exactly. I mean, sky idea, don't you think? Exactly. So yeah, I mean, it's about the legacy as well. But as you build the legacy, you must make the money as well. Charlie, a whole lot has changed. You know, a whole lot. because comparing to like the BPMs, like for today to back then, Charlie, a lot has changed, you know, because the rhythm and then everything, you have to make sure that you go by how it is right now, because if you try to sound like old school, like they won't give you that attention, you know what I mean. So it changes, like each and every it changes. That's how it is.
Is it the change? Has it only just got to do with the rhythms, or even the lyrics that you use these days have changed?
I think basically it's the lyrics. It's the lyrics and then the rhythm as well. I think it's everything, and then the beat. It's everything. There has been a drastic change if we have to be sincere. Like, you see, Obrafour is the proverb kind of rapper. And when you listen to Obrafour, it makes you think outside the box. Currently, we the new generation, we do what plays, like, we take it from a different angle. Their channel was different from ours. They help in our writing skills, dynamism. A lot of things have changed. There has been a drastic change.
All right, so you heard all those youngsters trying to tell us about the influence Obrafour has had on them and the impact is made on their rap, even though they agree that rap today is not the same as rap before. Of course, I'm sure Ola Michael also agrees that rap today cannot be anything as compared to when Obrafour, Reggie Rockstone, Lord Kenya.
No, I disagree.
Oh, you think we are doing better?
Yeah, I disagree.
The rappers themselves say they are not doing better.
See, when you meet a legend and you want the person to feel good, there's a way of going about it. The days of Lord Kenya, I was so close to Lord Kenya, and I was so close to him. He didn't even realize I was there. I was very close to Kwadai. In fact, when I was in campus, I was organizing this whole week, and I was the one who was inviting these musicians to come and perform. Oh. You understand? And I remember how we went about it. When they have to perform, you have to make sure you provide some weed. Yeah.
So you are getting them that?
No, we have to. That was the performance is not going to happen.
Wow.
So yeah. So
I was going to say, so, do you remember those you used to buy for? But I don't think it's that important.
No.
I doubt even you mention anybody's name.
Mention. But you see, their style of rapping had these storylines that were so clear for you to understand. They were not true poetry. But the guys today are doing a lot of poetry.
Oh, really?
You don't listen to their songs.
Well,
pay attention to
but
their lyrics.
they themselves say that now. It's
because most of them do not appreciate the greatness that is in them. You listen to Tulenke. Check his lines. I want to meet him one day and ask him to write everything he's been doing, he's been singing about, and then think about it and give me an explanation. Let's put them to that test. You realize that they don't appreciate the strength they have. Right. So you think that somebody like Tiflo just rhymes? Strong man. Does he just rhyme? Manifest. Does he just rhyme? Sakude. You see, these are guys who are good in poetry that they never learned.
Okay.
And because they never learned it, they probably don't appreciate it. Okay, I just do it. I don't know how it comes by. Yes, the Obrafour's generation was good. They gave us something that we never knew. But now we have developed beyond that to an era where there's a plenitude of rap around, but we are able to pinpoint the good ones. You understand? Listen to raps by Jay-Z. Sometimes you don't even get what he's saying. That's true. But if you pay attention to the lyrics, you'll be able to appreciate the work of poetry. No, it doesn't do that.
But sometimes, no, you don't get the head.
Unfortunately for me, I actually understand everything he says.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm a rap addict, so yeah. So it gives you reason to want to know really what they are saying. So it's not for a joke that KN West you want to study lines of Sarkodie, or Chame Kwame, and even Strongman. It's not for a joke. But we didn't have that during our era. You understand? But now people sit and they are given assignment to go home and listen to Ochame Kwame's song. Even at that time, Kwame was a student. And I went there to do a research, and I was told this. Somebody who actually wanted Kwame's song, he wanted to write everything and analyze it on poetry lines. And I was like, nah, you're done. This is my assignment. So really, then this is good.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm sure the youngsters will be surprised that somebody says they are doing better.
Because they don't, like I said, there's this saying that freely have you received, so they don't value what they have, but most of them are doing far better than. But the reason why you and I enjoy them because it gives us this nostalgic feeling, and we're like, yeah, that's what makes you think that they are better. Yanum, Muntie, Obrafour, Mini. If somebody should sing the same thing now, you won't listen to it.
You know, it reminds me of some rap beat that we had when we were young. Akatiche, any mook. Hey, sister, we actually get kalabule. You know, and somebody asked me that. So, I see, into Gloria, it's not to Sanyu winning that we're rapping, really?
No, but the person didn't actually say that. The person said, "Yeah, transit to Sangwa Sanyu."
Oh, Charlie.
No, but you need to tell the people the truth. That's it. But we've met that several times where we try to reminisce on some of the songs that we used to enjoy, like, what is in this one that made us so addicted to it? Really?
So maybe to some extent, somebody will agree with you that, you know, like, the guys today will not sing, any mook. Shouts to Akitiche, though. You know, I believe that you guys are still the favorite rapper for a lot of people. Charlie, make I do damage control, I beg, I don't want trouble. But shouts to Akitiche. I hear you guys say you are bringing something, they said to Doreen that they are bringing something powerful.
Something powerful when they are dressing like Men in Black. I thought they had considered that, hey, new Men in Black.
Please.
Oh, come on. I didn't know we are just.
Chelsea, we are waiting for your song. You know, we're seriously waiting for it. But away from that, let's talk about the Rain concert as well. You said you've seen it on social media. I also didn't go there. I was at Taifa working, but we heard that the attendance was not as great as the previous. I don't know if you've heard that feedback as well.
Yeah, I actually was following the live stream that some people were just putting on social media and the discussions that were going on, especially Kwame Dazi, just to be sure, actually did a video from the back, the entry point, all the way to where the people were so crowded. And you could see so much empty spaces. And that was not the Rain concert that we expected. But
was it a free concert? It
was not free.
Okay.
But the mistake they did was you needed to have analyzed the economic value of your followers to know that 50 Ghana was something that most of them couldn't have afforded. So 50 and 100 was really not going to work for them.
How much did they take last year?
Last year, I think there was even a 20 Ghana.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, for the pop last time, and it was overflowing.
Wow.
You understand? So, and again, on that same night, you had a free show that had almost all the stars at Taifa. So I may have to choose between going there and coming there to trade fair to pay 50 Ghana or 100 Ghana. And again, this year, I didn't see much publicity. Do you know, I was surprised to hear Rain concert was on a Saturday. I didn't even know about it. I was on Peace FM and they said, oh, Rain concert is. I said, really?
Yeah, could it have been that they are told their core fans and so they were sure that people will show up?
I think that was the reason. Maybe they realized that they've built a huge fan base and it was easier for them to get the information across rather than doing the same things Shatta did last year. Last year it was on almost every radio station, and then he even went all the way to Kumasi for interviews just for that concert. But this year, nothing. So I think that probably complicity is just setting, or they felt too good that, oh yeah, the fan base is large, we don't need to go through all these things. But this is a lesson for them that you never say never. Publicity, advertisement is always the thing you should never look down on.
Then the issue of security came in because of that concert. Yes, there were issues at Taifa as well. People said that, you know, there wasn't a place that was, you know, prepared for artists to come wait. People had to struggle with people who had come to cheer them and all that, to find space to stand and all that. But then
it was
also
scary. If we were a place where a lot of, you know, bad people were, most of the artists would have been hurt than at Taifa. That was one thing that I was so not happy about, but I guess they didn't think around it.
They didn't anticipate the numbers. Is it they didn't anticipate the numbers?
They didn't.
Okay.
They didn't. They were overwhelmed by the attendance. It was like, oh, wow, we didn't think people were going to come.
Because even Obrafour, you know, we could barely find space to do anything. I saw artists sitting, waiting. You know, like it was like you're saying, maybe they didn't anticipate the numbers. And I'd like to say also that Lewin got hurt at a certain point, at Taifa. It was sad to see that happen. He had to sit for close to an hour, trying to find his breath. The police had to stay by him. And you could see the crowd waiting, just to come, the people.
They just watch, they are just watching the guy who is suffering.
And then, and the guy is holding his leg and he's doing, my proper. I remember I went to ask him, Chalobe interview him, my proper. Then he's like, I don't be brave, that kind of thing, So I'm sure that...
I think that next time around, they should probably plan it well, have some demarcations so that, we can have an area where artists pass.
I think they tried to that because if you came where because we were carrying life, so we had
back there.
Yes, so they put a canopy. I suspect that canopy and that setting was supposed to be for artists, but there was nobody had barricaded, the area. It was no, everybody. So people were there.
That was what I was saying. That maybe the numbers were not the type they anticipated, and they were overwhelmed by events. But let's just cut them some slack.
Oh, okay. Then we talk about
the rain concert is where, normally if you rent the dome, it comes with security. That's what people should know. It comes with security. So the dome has got its own internal security measures. Then when the one who is renting come and you want to beef up, that's okay. But if you don't have any idea of security, they can help you. They help you to do it. And if you need more, they will take care of it. I don't know the arrangement they had with them, but I think, like we are saying, complacency set in this time around, and maybe they took certain things for granted. But it wasn't that bad, though.
Until the Kwakase incident.
The Kwakase incident wasn't that bad.
Really?
He said the bottles were empty. I met him at GTA.
There was one I saw that had water, though.
I met him. We were discussing his jam with the bottle, no auto bomb car were empty. But
could an empty bottle travel that far?
He said it's empty.
Because he needed some way to carry it.
No, it depends on where you are standing.
It looked like of course, the people at the VIP wouldn't do that.
So even if it was maybe, say, 15 to 20 meters, it could still get there because the lid has got a bit of mass in it, so it can carry it. You understand? It's not that light. So according to him, they were empty, and so he's very okay. But he said even if they were filled with water, he would still stand and perform.
But he did quite well. A lot of people had praised him, for that. Apart from the fact that he turned his behind to the crowd, But he did quite well. And I've also heard him in an interview with Mamavi saying that even if it was a gun, he would have swerved and continued performing. And that for me was quite extreme. And it's something we haven't looked at as people. I don't know if these people were searched before they entered the auditorium. If somebody carried and even for the open concerts, we can't search these people. So what measures do we put in place that, something untoward doesn't happen, or we keep living in the hope, or keep living
that nothing's going to happen?
We are peace-loving people. Nobody will do anything. Is there anything that can be done?
You see, when you are having an open concert, there's always a need to do a demarcation. Okay, this is where we are doing the concert, so we're going to barricade around this place. And this is the entry, this is the exit. So at the entry, that's where you do your security checks. But because when you are doing a free show, the security people you bring on, you pay them all. We try to cut down budgets so that we don't spend too much. So that's how come we don't pay attention to these things. But if we're able to have an open concert where somebody gets hurt or some sort of riotism happen, next time we'll pay attention to security. That is how we are. We always wait for the events to overwhelm us, and then we make a plan. Rain concert, from the checks that I did, there was security. They were scanned before they entered.
Okay.
But I got to a point where they had to open for free show.
Not to fill the auditorium?
Yeah, just to fill it, because they realized people were actually saying on social media the place was almost empty. So they had to fill it. And it happens. Every program has got seat fillers. Unless you don't know much about program and events, management, you always have seat fillers around. So when you realize the seats are empty and the cameras were capturing empty spots, you just let in your seat fillers to fill it for you. So sometimes they fill before the main.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes the seat fillers fill before even the event starts. So that those who will come will have a need to go to the front. Because you've seen people sitting there, so, okay, so they are arranging from the front. But if you don't do that, that's how come you get big events, empty seats right in the front, because there were no seat fillers.
I see.
That's the trick. People don't know. So those that came for the free one, those that were allowed to come in, they were the ones that were not scanned. Because at that time, the security, the guy with the scanner
had gone.
He's also enjoying the show.
I see.
I mean, he's also a human being. He has to enjoy some.
But what do you make of Carl's remarks that, you know, he expected that Shatta's camp should have condemned the act, even when they were doing that? Do you think that anything could have been done? Could Shatta have walked on stage and say, look, I invited this young man, don't abuse him or don't heckle him?
But you know, when Shatta or any artist is headlining such a big event, he really doesn't know what goes on when he's not on stage. So first, let's pardon him. Maybe he didn't even know. And then for Kwao, people should understand who he is. So he is a Shatta Wale before Shatta Wale was. If you know Kwao, if not for his 6 months imprisonment, maybe Shatta wouldn't have had it easy. Because that was the guy that the street loved. This was Kwao. You understand? So him be on stage and people throwing water at him, he's seen it several times. You understand? So it is not something that really will scare him. And if not for social media and maybe publicity thing, I think he would never even have spoken about it. But now you need to talk about it so people get to talk about you. Like we said, get some relevance and people discussing you. It's good for business. But I think that he's not really bothered. And Shatta Wale probably, after the whole thing, maybe he might have heard it happen, probably might have picked a phone to say, bro, sorry.
But he said as of Wednesday, he said he has still not received a call. He has not heard anything from Shatta's camp. That's as of Wednesday when he was speaking to Mama B on Joy FM.
Maybe now they've done that. But I expect them to do it. Because you call these guys to come and support you. They all came to support you. So at least if anything like that happened, you should pick a phone and call. Even if not Shatta, his manager, Bulldog or anybody, they should pick a phone and call and tell him that we are sorry. We heard this thing happening. We're not aware. We are sorry. It won't happen again. That's all. But Kwao will also have to use it. Use that opportunity to also
like he has
media.
A song now. Bodam boy bottle. Bodam boy bottle.
That's the beauty of the job. That's the beauty of the job. I mean, every event should give you a reason to do something new. That's the bottom line of show business. Kardashians.
So you support...
What happened to the Kardashians? Small events, show some small body, and then, yeah, it gave you opportunity. Swim in that opportunity. Now they have reality shows and stuff. You see how it works. So people throw bottles at you, make a song with it. Let's move. Kumi Guitar. What happened to him? He and Stoneboy. He made a song, and that is a song that made it even more popular.
Okay, yeah, people look for that.
That's what made it even more popular. You see how it works? This is show business. Show something, and let's get a business out of it.
So you're in support of Fantana's show?
Oh, that one.
That one.
I've always said that Fantana needs a lot of work before she was even given a first stage performance.
When you say she needs a lot of work,
she's not ready.
But we said Wendy Shea was not ready, but look at Wendy Shea now.
We said she was not ready, but maybe she's worked in the back room to get ready. But Fantana needs it. One thing that has eluded most of us, you see, when she gave us that press release, did you check it? Did you read it?
I read.
You checked the letterhead.
But didn't have anything having to do with bullets?
People never... I thought maybe people didn't pay attention.
No, I paid attention. It
was not Bullet's letter. It was not
I had
the
opportunity to speak to Bullets, and he said, well, I'm not too sure, but not really Bullets, but I hear people say that she belongs to 2 outlets. One is a managing outlet, one is a recording outlet. So Bullets does recording, and somebody else
does the managing?
The people who wrote the letter.
Okay, so the Brown, who is Brown? We should ask questions. Because what is happening out there is more or less like, okay, these girls have money and then they paid Bullets to manage them. That's what people are saying.
Bullets, I don't know if I should say on camera. I spoke to Bullets just recently. He says he's not being paid. He says he didn't take 1 CD from her.
You know our friend now. You know our common friend. Controversies sell him. He told me. Sometimes he meets me like, bro, thank you. The way they do the job, you make her feel.
Was it for Wendy or for Fantana?
No, for Wendy.
Okay.
It was for Fantana, and then the Wendy issue came and he was excited about it. Because Fantana, her first interview, I just made her very uncomfortable, not knowing we were related.
Oh, you're related to her. So when you had so now that she's relation, when you had the part thing and you saw it, How did you feel?
I think it was bad. Look.
Are you one of those who think that it was for publicity?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. She's actually telling the truth. She had a menses 30 minutes.
But people have asked,
I think it was stage fright.
People are asking. No, it's not the first time she's performing. So how could it have been stage fright? You mean that the concert where she went to give us an off tune wasn't big?
This one is big.
She did Taifa.
This is Rain concert.
She did Taifa.
This is Rain concert.
She did Taifa before Rain concert.
This is Rain concert.
So too much. So,
too much pressure.
So I want to understand, when they say she said 30 minutes before her performance, was it 30 minutes after she had left Taifa?
30 minutes before her performance here. You know, but you're a lady, you know that sometimes somebody says something. Sometimes your menses, timing.
Oh yeah, it's not accurate.
Yeah, it's not always accurate.
All the time.
And somebody said when you take too much personal. Anyway.
Oh really? That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case.
That's what somebody said when this thing came. I was trying to defend the lady that it's normal. It happens. Sometimes it happens.
I think it's the eating and a lot of activities that you do. And like you said, when you're nervous, sometimes it just drops.
That's really what happened to her. So, but the thing is that she probably should have changed her costume. But I guess she didn't have any option. Because if you've had this incident, probably you should be wearing the jeans so that you don't show this. Or you watch the way you dance.
And that's why I'm asking whether it was, because I saw her at Taifa, and I don't think our cameras captured that at Taifa. At Taifa, she was squatting. She went in front of the crowd, went down and all that. We didn't see pad in quotes. So I'm wondering,
that's what she said 30 minutes before her performance at the Rain.
Oh, I see.
Not for the night, but the Rain concert.
But people also ask that in this dispensation, a lot of people are used to tampoons. So what happened to,
But on the spur of the moment when I'm dressed up, I'm sitting quietly, psyching myself for a show, and then it comes. What do you do? And that's all the way at trade fair. It's going to be very difficult getting anything good. You understand? But I think that the best you could have done was to always move around with more than 2 costumes, so that when something like this happens, you just put on the trousers that can cover everything up, or you don't do the squats and.
No, but she did. Okay, she.
Yeah, she did
from behind. And all that.
You realize when she squats, she tried to close the legs because she knew what was there. But
are we being too hard on Fantana?
No, we are not being too hard on her. That's how she sells a brand. That's how Rough Town sells brand. Check from our sister, the late Ebony, to Shay, and to her. That's their style. Bullet will tell you that's how I sell my brand. So the more we do this, the more she gets excited.
But it looks like a good thing has happened for her from this. She's going on some part sharing spree with
show business. I just told you, make use of every opportunity. But the part sharing thing,
oh right, the people don't have to buy pad again. She's sharing.
It's a good move. It's a good move. Mommy got money. Dad too got money, so it's a good move. But let's see. But I think that she's also doing the show business. She's making good use of the opportunity that comes, and this is one opportunity for her to probably use it to reach out to young people who don't have money to buy pad. And there are lots of them though. That's why sometimes some politicians said they were going to give free pads or something. Yeah, so if she can give free pad, why not? And next time, she should go to every show with more than 2 costumes.
Do you think the statement was important or was needed though?
It was.
It was?
It was.
Did it do any justice to what had happened?
It was. He explained for people to understand that it was not intentional, and that she's not, excuse me, she's stupid to be coming on stage.
The wording of the statements.
What more did you expect from her? That's Fantana.
Some people said it's rude, like,
That's Fantana. She's an American trained lady. She doesn't really understand she doesn't understand your culture. So she speaks just as she was trained. She writes just as she was trained. Wherever she was trained, this wouldn't have been rude. This is normal. That's why when I read it, I looked at her from where she's coming from, and I just agreed with her. Not because of anything, but that's how she is. When she writes something like this, but it will sound different, because her training is different. You write something like this, and you put all your professional mind together, and he writes something better than that, but that's Fantana.
Wow.
And that's where management and publicity, publicists, effect come in. If you don't have a publicist, that's what happens to you. You write stuff and people get angry.
So in the whole, you agree that all the 2 concerts were successful? Would you say that for both?
The Rain wasn't too successful in my opinion. I think Taifa was, but Rain wasn't too successful because I expected a lot more from it. But that notwithstanding, the performances and everything was just on point. And Shatta Wale
did live band, sorry.
And then realizing that it's not working, and he stopped. Because when he was doing live, you could watch the crowd. Nobody was even singing along till when he stopped. But it's a good start. Maybe he's realizing that, okay, live band is also another way he has to, you know, perfect in. But I'm not sure it's going to work for him.
Is it the kind of songs he does? The
kind of song he does. It's not going to work for him. He may have to.
But people who do live music perform Shatta Wale's songs. I've heard them perform. Is the same song, or you think?
You check the way they do the song. They actually do a bit of a rendition of the songs, not the real song as Shatta did it. And again, I think that over the years, he has been asking us, why do we talk about live? He doesn't agree to we saying that he should learn to perform live. So now I don't know what has happened that he himself and it's not even working for him. But I think that he should be rehearsing more. It's a good start. He should be rehearsing more. But his fans are saying that they prefer him doing the lip sync to the live band. And I think he should listen to them.
So you think he should stick to
what your fans are used to? It will help him.
That he won't grow, because
grow
beyond his
what
fans,
does he need more?
He doesn't want to attract new fans.
Attract who? He has corporate people who are backing him. That's why he's getting all the endorsement. They are okay with how he is. So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't think you want to change and now be in a different lane that you don't belong. It will bring your whole brand down.
Now finally, then we wrap up on this issue and go to the next topic. People have also said that Rain concert, Wonder Boy album launch, aftermath.
Dead. People don't even know what's an album launch.
But what could have happened?
We thought it was just a concert.
What could have happened?
Publicity. Like I've told you, if you don't respect the media, you don't get results. That is what I think Nish should know.
But he says social media works for him.
Did it work for the Rain? Oh, sorry. Don't even, let's go to the Wonder Boy album launch. Did it work? It didn't. But check how he went about the Rain concert and then that album launch. Or doing photo shoot at Accra Mall, doing all these publicity stunts and stuff like that to make it work, and it worked because he was nervous. That was his first time. He's never done that before because he wanted to put in everything in him. Now, because that was so successful, he wants to now relax and say, oh, they will come by themselves, and it didn't work. And even after that, nobody's even talking about it. That means it didn't work. Pay respect to the media. They are the ones who sell you.
Have you heard the songs on Wonder Boy?
I don't even know any single song on there. I don't even know. Did they actually launch it?
Yeah, I saw some of the songs on the internet.
No, did they launch it as they did with the
Rain? I'm not
where
sure.
Somebody will come up, stage and buy with that huge figure.
I didn't see anything like that.
Something is happening. He needs to check it. We are not calling for doom, but something is happening, and I think he needs to pay attention.
Well, that's how we wrap up the conversation on the two concerts that happened over last weekend, the Rain concert, the launch of the Wonder Boy album, and also Obrafour's Back to Taifa concert. You need to know that Obrafour will be having the main concert on the 9th of November. We are media sponsors. I talk about Joy Prime being media sponsors. And also the Paimuka documentary will definitely show on Joy Prime as well. So you need to stick with us. We've got it all up our sleeves for you. So we'll take a break. I want you to watch this video by renowned Nigerian actor Richard Mofe-Damijo, known as RMD. I had a conversation with my colleague KMJ when he was here in Ghana for the shoot of Perfect Picture Part 2. That's what they're calling it now. And he talked about Ghana, movies and music, but more interestingly, our music.
My favorite Ghanaian musician of all time in present day young people is Sarkodie. I love.
You follow him a lot?
Yeah, I love the way he raps in your
in the local dialect.
That for me is just it just does it for me. Right now, my song on repeat is CCTV.
You promise inside, but oh, okay. So can we do a line or two?
Well,
I want to teach you the song.
Which one? Which of them?
Yeah, well, the CCTV song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it goes like, I want you to sing it. On enemy say on enemy CCTV, Davian, anyone. So oh, I see. You seen the video too.
Yeah, I love the song. I love that song. You know how it is. Language rhythm, when rhythm takes you, it doesn't speak a language.
Exactly.
It just takes you.
Yeah.
I've been a Ramblers dance band
Oh, is that?
fan forever. I love E.T. Mensah. My father had, I'm 58 years old, so my father had albums from E.T. Mensah to Ramblers.
International band.
Yes, and then of course
Osibisa.
I had Osibisa. I'm a huge fan of Mark Tonto and Osei Tutu.
Oh.
So
you're deep rooted in Ghana.
Oh, no, I love Fela, and Fela has always had a good connection with Ghana. You said music I've loved. I thought E.T. Mensah was a Nigerian. We all thought Ramblers Dance Band was a Nigerian band.
Yeah.
I mean, these musicians had no borders, and today, there's no Nigerian song that will be complete without saying Odo.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's RMD talking about how every Nigerian wants to say Odo in their songs. Of course, we've heard too much than Odo. We've heard Banku, we've heard Shito, and then, what did you say, Shitolu?
No, I said Shito, but yeah.
Then we've heard, of course, Odo we've heard
that
too
one
many
is
times.
very frequent.
So that's the same thing he's saying, that Odo. But, listening to that, how does that make you feel?
Very, very alert. I'll give you reasons. You see, there's something that we are not paying attention to. Anything that, becomes very popular in Ghana, Nigerians want to see it. We should keep that in mind. Anything that becomes popular in Ghana, they want to see it. They want to have it. And the moment they get it, they destroy it for us. You want examples?
That's what I was going to say. Which ones are the examples?
I'll start with film. They realized our industry, we were not producing so many movies, but the Nigerians back home were preferring our movies to theirs. So what did they do? Okay, let's go. Let's pay them money. Let them be part of our film, so our people will accept our stories, and then we'll take them off. I don't know why we always sit down and think that, Nigerians are learning our language, then we are happy. Hello. No, they are learning your language to take what belongs to you. This is your culture, so if there are people like it. Look, I have been in Nigeria several times, and I can tell you for a fact, the way you are dressed, Nigerian watching you always admire Ghanaians know how to dress. Oh, Ghanaian, their English is so sweet. Oh, Ghanaian, their music is so good. And the musicians, they are not happy. So what is it about Ghanaian music that make you like it? Then they want to copy the same thing and make it Nigerian. So the Nigerians will not like you anymore. That's why Fela will call Ghanaians to come and show him the high life rhythms. So he picked from them and now creates Afrobeat from it.
That's true, because even RMD in the same interview talked about how he thought that Ramblers was a Nigerian band. He thought that Osibisa was, and he knows all these people because he says his father used to play songs from these people. And it takes us back to the issue of flavor. How he sampled, recently I was in a taxi and I heard that and I was like, oh, so this is where he got that from.
Most of their songs, you can trace it back here. But look, wasn't Flavor living in Ghana?
Yeah, he was.
Wasn't Mr. Easy here? Pato Rankin? All of them. Why? Have you asked yourself why? Because this is where the original stuff are. Yet we are so lazy. We are so laid back that we don't even appreciate what we have. And we don't know how to market what we have. The difference between the Nigerian and the Ghanaian is that Nigerians are so aggressive at business. But we are laid back people. Oh, yeah, it's okay. No, Nyamibe. Oh, we are praying. God. Nigerians don't do that.
But it doesn't also, hasn't it become the fact that we're also trying to mimic them? So we are using Nigerian slangs or jargons in our songs and all that.
And it is never going to work for us. Never. One, because they've got a large market than you do, and they are scared that when their people get more love for you, you capture their market. But they would rather want to capture your small market and add to what they have. Lagos is almost like the size of Ghana or even more than Ghana. Just Lagos State. It's almost Ghana size, 30 million or even more.
Lagos is big, I'm sure.
Population-wise. Yeah. So that's just one state out of the lot in Nigeria. There are about 200 and something million people. So if about 50 people love Ghanaians, then they will be scared. No. We can't let that happen. So everything RMD said is not because he's saying it because he's a Nigerian and thinks he likes Ghana. No. He's saying it because that's the truth. But he won't tell you the truth behind the truth, which is we use this to get your market so our people will not come here for it. I'll give you the classic example is the rice importation in Nigeria issue. Why are they stopping foreign rice from entering Nigeria? Because they are producing rice themselves. When I was young, the first time I went to Nigeria, I was arguing with my cousins that you don't have nice cars here. Everybody's driving in some Peugeot. Why? What's wrong with your people? So I asked my dad, and he said, all these Peugeot you see, these are cars that were assembled here in Nigeria. It's our own, and we are proud of driving them. But when we go to Ghana, you import everything, even the hair that your women wear, they import them. You understand? So they have been consistent in doing things that are done in their country, and they want to be proud of it. Now, when they realize that you have something that their own people want, they will come and take that thing, make it in Nigerian, and give it to them. So their people will not need anything else outside Nigeria anymore. That is why, look, next year we are doing Ghana Music Festival Europe. We want to take Ghana music across Europe. Everywhere that we are trying to establish a bridge, Nigerians have destroyed it already. So when I say this, I'm saying it out of passion. Everywhere, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, everywhere they've destroyed it.
When you say they destroyed it, they performed there, or
yeah, in showbiz. When you say destroyed, means that he's conquered the
that
place.
market.
Even in film, I just had contact with some people, and they were like, "Yeah, this is a Belgian company. They want to invest in African stories." And I was discussing this whole thing with them, and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I think we want to deal with the Nigerians because they approached us." And they've been convincing enough, so now they want to deal with Nigeria. This is about $80 million we are talking about.
Wow. So what can we do as a people?
Let's be proud of ourselves, my dear. One thing that is killing Ghanaians, especially those that are outside, a Ghanaian doesn't want the other Ghanaian to know he's also in this country. Let's say we are in Sweden now. Ghanaians in Sweden, most of them don't want the other people who are Ghanaians to know they are also Ghanaians. I don't know. There are some Ghanaians who even tell, no. You hear them speak English, tree or English that you know. This English is a Ghanaian English. Hello, are you a Ghanaian? No. I don't know. I'm not a Ghanaian. This person is a Ghanaian. I don't know what is wrong with us, but we are not supportive of each other.
But next week, I'm sure we are going to talk about. There's a conversation that Israel and I raised on television about Netflix.
Yeah. And
next week, I'm sure I'm going, because you're a movie person, I need you to, let's just have that conversation. I don't know if you've noticed that most of the Nigerian films on Netflix, mostly they're speaking Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. Lionheart that we've talked about, it's predominantly...
Much ado about nothing.
But predominantly, the language is not English. There's a lot of Igbo, there's a lot of Hausa there. There's King of Boys. Almost all the Nigerian movies now have a lot of... They're just transcribing.
Chief Daddy. Yeah.
They're just transcribing. And Israel raised a point on TV that, what happened to Kumawood? Can't we just do the same with Kumawood?
You killed it.
We'll have that discussion next week. But quickly before we go...
You killed Kumawood. So why do you want it to go?
Not me as an individual. He's not talking about me.
I mean Ghanaians.
Yeah, I know.
Especially those of us living in Accra.
Okay. We'll talk about that next week. But before you go, rapper Sarkodie says Manifest should join him on a joint, like they call it. What do you make of that? I've not seen any response from Manifest yet.
No, if you know Manifest is a typical Ghanaian.
Oh, what does that mean? Laid back. Are you sure?
Yeah, he doesn't like too much talk. So his work actually do the speaking for him. But I see it happening soon. It's going to happen.
Is it good news?
Yeah, it's good news. It's great news. You see, they should have done this at that period when they had this,
beef going on.
That was the best moment for that. I told you, look, the only time that the algorithms on internet favored you was when you released the advice. People don't pay attention to these things on the internet. I could tell him, look, I could sit you down, Google something for you, and then add some few, back stuff, and I'll take it to a dashboard to see the Ghanaians who are making it big across the world through the internet. But you compare their mentions to that of the Nigerians. When I was doing this survey, the Ghanaian with the highest measure was Shatta.
Wow. And
it was part of the reason why Beyonce would agree to do a feature with him. These people, they investigate you before they even approach you. Now, Shatta highest was the lowest for Wizkid. It was the lowest for P Square. It was the lowest for the video crowd, and it was dead and gone.
Wow.
These guys are getting the constant mentions on the internet. People are talking about them. People are researching them. People are searching for who they are across the world. And what do we do?
So it's Shatta nature as one who is very vocal is what got people.
It helps him. It helps him. I've told you before that the noise you make and how you make those noise for us to get angry and insult you and discuss you, is the business.
I think Shatta knows the business. This is all time will allow us. Thank you for watching the Gist here on the JoyNews channel with me, MzGee. Thanks to Ola Michael. Ola Michael is a FIPAG member. He also is a very, very huge stakeholder in this business. He's a pundit on Hit 103.9 and also on other networks. You want to check him out also on social media. I'm sure you're there. Definitely.
I'm there. I'm a Facebook addict. Michael K. Ola.
Okay, so you look for him and then continue the conversation on that platform. Have a good evening. Tomorrow we'll bring you the entire Taifa, Back to Taifa concert with Obrafour and all the interviews from there. So tomorrow at 8:30, make a date on the Gist.